What is up, everybody? How's it going? It is Matt, and it is Maniac Monday. I hope each and every one of you are having a fantastic morning, evening, dawn, day, or dusk, all that fun jazz. I hope you're having fun hanging out, watching some good movies. Hopefully you saw something awesome over the weekend. I got to watch a few of them. One of them that I'm reviewing today is one of my favorites of all time for as far as zombie films go, because all you know that are just tuning in, this whole week is going to be devoted to zombies. I'm doing it for a good friend Kyle, but then after this week, we're gonna go back to the regularly scheduled programming. But I'll still sprinkle in other zombie movies throughout time because they are a staple to any horror fan. And they should be. And if you don't like, there's a bunch of them out there that if you don't like, you are a blasphemer when it comes to film and being a film nerd, I guess. But let's get on to today. Today is one of my favorite ones. Like I said, it's one from the 70s. It's got two amazing, bright, shining stars in it. It's got Peter Cushing, who, the guy needs no introduction. He is a man, the legend, he's done so many classic films. And then you got John Carradine in here as well, who was another legend who did amazing films along the way as well. He just had a very, very bad problem with drinking along the way, which is kind of sad because he lost a lot of roles due to it, and he was forced to do some really shoddy, dodgy type films. And this one is definitely a low budget, but it is not a bad one at all. I mean, it's still got a giant budget for as far as independent films go. I mean, it's a horror film of its time, and it truly shows. This one was from 1976. My copy roll in here is rated R. I don't think there's any other ratings on it. I think if there are any other cuts of this, I imagine it's a shorter cut, much less a longer cut, because this one, I just noticed I got a little something in my beard there. Whatever. We'll worry about that later. There we go. No. Got it. Nice. All right. Get some stuff stuck in there every now and again. But like I said, has Peter Cushing and John Carradine. There's also Brooke Adams in here, Fred Buch, and Joe Davidson, Luke Harper, DJ Sidney, and Don Stout. There is a whole plethora of people in here. Nice, good cast. This is, by the way, I think this might be my very first. It's either my first or my second. It was either this or Shockwave, The Crazies from George Romero. It was one of those two that was my very first Blue Underground, which they are a label that I do very much love. I think they're doing some wonky stuff with their business right now with the whole zombie being remastered yet again, and after it just got a release not that long ago, when you could be doing other great titles that you have under your label, stuff like let's see what Loveless has finally got one. Q the Winged Serpent has got one. Fight for Your Life is one that really needs it. I think God Told Me to Kill is another. God Told Me to is another one that deserves a Blu-ray. The Larry Cohen film with what's his face, Kaufman. Oh shoot, I forget his name. Andy Kaufman. Got Andy Kaufman in it. It's which, if you like Andy Kaufman, he's always a blast. He's got a very small role in that. Much like John Carradine and Peter Cushing do. Their roles are smaller. I did see that their stuff was done within like 5 days, and I've watched this one inside and out with the special features and as far as the making of stuff, which I'll show you what we got right here. There's the front, which this always intrigued me as a kid. That artwork. There's zero reversible as usual. Let me get that bad boy back in there, and we got ourselves a nice little insert card with the chapter index selection. Very, very cool. I love the artwork for this one. I can't say how much I like it. And there you go, your standard issue press DVD. Uh, when I first rented this when I was a kid, I was like, oh my gosh, there are giant Nazi zombies going to be in this because of the way it is. They're not giant Nazi zombies. They're excuse me. That was a tough one there. Must have choked on a bone, or maybe I had one too many cigarettes today. It has been a long day, a long, boring, quiet day. So one of their days like that, I tend to smoke a lot more, which is a bad thing. Bad, Matthew. Bad. Bad. Now back to this one. What is this one about? It's basically about this group of people that... Oh, I forgot to show you the special features on this one. There's a cool little featurette on there. It talks about one of the main kids in there. What is his name? Oh, shoot. Luke Halpin. Luke Halpin, there's a feature on there that he was the little boy off of Flipper, which is kind of fun to see that on there. There's a whole thing with Alan Ormsby and Fred Olin Ray, which is kind of cool. Those two are always fun. Ormsby is another one of those that had a brilliant career, but he wasn't able to get a lot going for as far as filmmaking goes. Kind of a sad ordeal. You know what? I would really like one of these days when I get some more clear cases. I think I want to put this in a clear case. It would look just stunning in there. I feel like. Which, come on, guys, this needs a Blu-ray. This needs a Blu-ray desperately. This is so good. Back to what it's about. It's about this group of we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people on board, I believe is what it is. 2 couples and then the ship hand or the people that run the ship that they're on. It's kind of a small cruising types. Luxury cruiser, but it's a very small one. I don't know if I would call it luxury because it doesn't look like it. It looks like just a shitty little rickshaw type rickety boat that happens to have a lower deck and a kitchen and a bathroom and a living quarters in it. It looks very cramped. Very stagnant. It looks very like it would smell really bad of water and mold. I imagine it probably has a musky smell of like mold almost. And that the way this is filmed, you can almost... It's done so well that you can almost tell that just by watching it, and it definitely does a great job building that atmosphere. And so these guys are going along. They hit a ghost ship, as John Carradine calls it, and John Carradine the whole while is doing his usual thing, just eating up the scenery, being the man, the myth, the legend, the alcoholic, the raging alcoholic. Unfortunately, that's what destroyed a lot of his career, and unfortunately does a lot of people's careers along the way. Kind of a sad ordeal happens. I unfortunately myself used to have a really bad problem with that. Thankfully now I'm 6 years alcohol free, coming up on that 7-year mark. Yeah. Alright, yeah, I don't even think about it anymore. Well, I think about it, but I don't crave it anymore. Anywho, let's get off of something depressing like that and back on here. John Carradine, drunk as hell as usual, playing his role. They hit a ghost ship allegedly. It's a giant freighter ship that was underwater that happened to rise up because of whatever. They never really explained it 100%, in my opinion. They kind of allude to things, I guess. I don't even know if I would say that, but there's other ways that they could have approached it on that end, I feel like. But they're just off of the Florida Keys area, I believe. It is off the coast of Florida, I do know that, but they go onto this little island because they are slowly sinking. Um, go onto the island. They find John Carradine's character dead in the water. Um, slowly, but they make their way to the to this abandoned like hotel type thing, and that's where they run into Peter Cushing for the first time. And slowly but surely, each and every one of them are being picked off, and then you have your ultimate final one or two people. I'm not going to tell you. Maybe three live, maybe all of them live. I'm not going to tell you, but you should watch this as far as how that goes. I want to leave it alone as far as story wise goes, because you know me, I don't like to give out a lot. I like to give you just little snippets because I want you to check it out for yourself. Um, and always remember, this is just my opinion. This, it's not the end all be all. It's not. You don't need to take it and write it down as fact. Like, this is what it is, because I'm just a film nerd that's talking about things I love most, and I love this one. Anyways, I'm going to get on to the ratings of this one. Technical side, it's pretty good for the most part. There are some huge gaping plot holes I'm not going to tell you about, because the one thing I feel is that, like I said, is with the ship when they hit the other one, it's kind of a plot hole there where it doesn't make enough sense to me how it would happen, but whatever. I don't work and live at the sea, so I can't really really be 100% on that. So I'm going to give this thing a 3 on the 1 through 5 scale goes as far as a technical side. It's just middle of the road. But excluding the amazing John Carradine and Peter Cushing, who Peter Cushing's rocking this cool eye scar, and he's sprechen Sie Deutsch, and he knows all about this SS unit that happens. The Death Corps is what they called them, and he knows all about them because they're on the boat. They're in the wreckage down below, and they're a unstoppable zombie force, which all this week is going to be zombie film. So keep in mind, this is a zombie film. But excluding both of them, it is very well done. There is good acting on this. The dude that played from Flipper, Luke, he is very, very good in this. I liked him in this. So I'm going to give this thing a 4 on the entertainment side. This is going to be a 7 out of 10. Awesome, awesome stuff. Do check it out. Shockwaves. Yeah. Love that artwork. Can't say it enough. I'm going to put that down. I'm going to get the hell out of here. I got some things to do this afternoon. Tomorrow's movie is lined up. It's not a good one at all, but it's one that I find entertaining and can't take my eyes off the screen when I do see it, when I am watching it. But all right. Anyways, love your faces. See you tomorrow.